Sick boy.
Sick boy.
Let's go, baby.
Ain't nothing but a Danny party.
Nothing but a Danny party. I mean, he's got the worst name for somebody that is a pedo, innit?
The diddler.
Like, you know what I mean? It's too easy, innit? Like, what the fuck? At least with Epstein, you're like, well, it doesn't rhyme with anything. That's nonsense.
Epstein, fill your spleen.
Until now.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
I'll see you later. Next time you see me, it's just under your bed. Climb under. Thought you'd get away from me, would you?
I think you might be actually the most physical comedian I know. Obviously, I know like Sebastian Maniscalco, like I've heard of him, but we're not mates.
Yeah.
But in terms of like,
but he does this shit there.
Yeah.
But I'm like fucking coming out of the stool.
No, you've got the words and the energy.
Yes.
Because if you take away the act outs from his set and it's just words,
yeah,
you're like, it's barely a premise.
Yeah, you can read my act outs like I become an entity. Like if I'm talking about being a beast, I am the beast.
Oh, for sure. Like literally, when I was watching it in Melbourne, and it's like you watch it, you stood up the top, so you're looking down. It looks even crazier.
Yeah.
Because you're like disappearing in that little roof bit or whatever.
Yeah.
What's he doing
under the little tin?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of what I'm gonna come out
like
as.
He's still screaming.
Yeah.
Have you always been? This is Danny Martinello.
Hi,
obviously, you know you're big fans.
Danny Martinello,
Canadian comic.
Yeah.
Edmonton,
Alberta.
Yeah.
Born and raised, and then distributed worldwide.
That's sick. Oh, we should put the flag up behind us.
Oh, okay.
Let's get the flag. Let's show them, yeah.
I got no tax.
Take it off that headboard, which it's just a cardboard box.
Just a piece of cardboard, but there we go. There's the Alberta flag right there.
That's the first time I've ever seen that flag, you know.
Well,
I love the way. Let me see it again.
It's a provincial flag.
I'll put it on the floor, baby.
Well, I put it on the side.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you got why just the England part, not the Union Jack?
Well, because we're English settlers.
Oh, okay.
And then you have the wheat fields right there, fields, and then you got the lakes, and then the Rocky Mountains.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's sick. So they're not called states, they're called provinces.
Provinces.
Each one has a flag.
Yeah.
Which is the best flag?
Alberta.
It really is?
Yeah, well, I like it. No, actually, I don't know. The Nova Scotia flag's pretty nice too, and then the territories have flags. Some would say the BC flag's beautiful, but
Is that any with beavers or mooses on it or anything like that?
No, they're mostly like sunsets and stuff, and like dragons and old like.
Oh, you got a dragon one?
Well, yeah, like the Nova Scotia has like a dragon lion kind of thing because New Scotia or whatever from Scotland and stuff, and things like that.
That's because it's the Welsh flag back home, which is a dragon. So it must be some Welshy stuff.
Well, I can look up all the provincial flags here for you.
Oh, hell's yeah! Last thing you googled was how old is Arnold Sports?
Yeah.
He's 77, by the way, which is crazy.
Forget one letter, and flags, and I get a whole different kind of map.
Just different people's assholes.
Yeah, different assholes.
States, yeah.
So you got that, like you got the Nunavut, the territories. BC flag's pretty nice.
The Nova Scotia one, that legit looks like that's better than the Scottish flag.
Well, yeah, because it's all the Scottish settlers.
I know, but they don't even have the crest in the middle. That's great.
Prince Edward Island, kind of like the Welsh flag or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The New Brunswick's pretty sweet.
Fuck that one. Yeah, okay. And these people fly these.
Yeah, on
British Columbia does look good as well.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah. What the fuck's this?
That's Nunavut. That's one of our territories.
Oh, okay.
Eskimo town.
Eskimo town, yes. You being here in America, do you find? I mean, your accent isn't as fucking terrible as mine, but like, do you get like when you go on stage at first, it takes them a second to get what you're saying?
Yeah, like
we both speak fast.
I know.
And do you find Tupac question?
Okay. Tupac question.
Tupac question. And do you find when you being a gangster? No, like that. They just laugh at you sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, or I'll find them like if I don't address that I'm Canadian, it kind of takes them out of it, and then they have to understand like, oh, I am Canadian, and then they go, oh, okay, yeah, I knew it. Oh yeah.
But then they should know the Canadian accent.
Well, they're fucking idiots down here.
Yeah.
But then also it's like if some people think I have like an Irish twang or whatever on some of my words, they'll be like, "Oh, what part of Europe are you from?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, technically, like Britain."
And then just stare them down until they leave. So it's awkward. That's crazy.
Yeah, but no, I find it sometimes it's like difficult to like
You have to address it, don't you? Yeah. I hate it. Like back home, I don't have to address being a Scouser in Australia. I don't really. I hate being like, oh, I'm from Liverpool in England, whatever. But here, like, I feel like I have to.
Yeah, but even like,
otherwise they think I'm doing a weird character or something like. It's like,
yeah, even when I'm out in Canada, though, I'll have to address that I'm from Alberta because I have a thick Albertan accent.
And they wouldn't know that, no?
Well, they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, this guy's from Alberta. But then I have to be like, yeah, man, I'm from Alberta, so I don't give a fuck. Like, that's the kind of thing, right?
Yes.
But out here, yeah, I notice I have to kind of like address that I am Canadian.
Yeah, great. And do you reckon, you're more Canadian on stage or not?
I'd say it's like, obviously, like it's accentuated with some words. The tones are like that. But
so you push it more as like I try and slow it down a bit, but then obviously when I'm riffing, I just speed it up because I get excited.
That's the thing, right? Yeah. So it's like that, and then whenever I'm on stage, I'll like do it. But like if I'm normal, just chilling, right? Or unless it all depends if I'm like hanging out with other Canadians.
And the fucking Oilers games on.
Yeah, but I find like I'm kind of like it's a little bit maybe accentuated on stage.
Okay, yeah.
Not exaggerated. More it's kind of like things, but it adds to like some.
Yeah.
Things.
So the accent's higher, but it's still more eloquent. Like you're trying to say words more proper, I guess.
Yeah, but then I'll also say like the words that I say are like my slang, and then like they get on board. But it's also like the hockey talk too, a little bit, right? Yeah. So the people that are part of the culture understand it and appreciate it, and then others are just like infatuated that I'm so Canadian that they're like, oh man, this is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, because you are on stage, you got the backwards hat on. It's like that's what they want.
Yeah, well, it's because the fucking mop's not chopped here. I still got a pretty thick patch of lettuce on my head.
You're damn, and then your chest is quite a hairy man, aren't you? You don't look that hairy. Like your legs are like alright, but it's more. You've just got a teen wolf.
It's my Italian.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I got to trim it down a little bit. The girls like having it, you know what I mean? They grab it, something to hold on to while they're riding the beast, the stallion. A little bit of a mane while they're barebacking me. You know what I mean?
Daddy's got a massive dick, so that will be their last ride. They're holding on for dear life because they're going to die afterwards.
Yeah, it's like they put their head on a pike on the end of a territory.
Yeah, exactly.
On your balcony.
The Tino head.
Bunch of it, like it's the Walking Dead. Sorry.
I mean, they're coming and they're going. So it's perfect,
I'm coming, they're going.
How old was you when you realised you had a big dick?
Probably in grade 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine wasn't. I didn't. I mean, it's not as big as fucking Babe Ruth, Force Hammer over here, but I think I was like, maybe it was like when a girl told me, like, you know what I mean, like when I had sex or whatever, like 18 or something, I guess.
Yeah. No, I found out in grade 7 is I'd get drunk and I'd always pull my cock out at like house parties.
How old's grade 7?
Probably about like 12, 13.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I also found it too where I was getting babysat by one of my brother's friends.
Yeah.
And my brother was over, and then I overheard them measuring his cock.
Hard cocks or soft cocks?
What, measuring?
Yeah, like was they measuring soft or hard?
Probably both, I think.
I mean, that's...
They had a tape measure.
Which one's less gay, you reckon?
Probably a hard cock.
It's less gay?
Yeah, a soft one, it's like...
No, but then... Yeah, but I mean, like, that means you'd have to get hard in front of your boys for them to measure it.
Yeah, but there was a girl there.
Oh, okay, Sam. You had as a 30-year-old, you still knew you had a fluffer. That's great. What are you talking about? Was this at a P. Diddy party?
No, he was a babysitter when I was young. So I was like probably like 10 or whatever, like 9. And then they were like older by 3-4 years. And then when he was measuring it, and then that's when I was like, oh, maybe I should measure my dick and see if it compares to like my brother's. Because I know my brother's is big because she said my brother's is big. And then I measured it.
And it was bigger than his?
No, my brother's got a bigger dick.
Really?
Oh, yeah, man.
What the fuck?
Thing's like a fucking runner's baton. Oh, yeah, man. That shit's so fucking...
He's that wheelchair basketball player, is he not?
My brother?
He can barely walk.
Yeah. He's fucking...
He's got bad knees.
He's got kneecaps like Rodney Coleman. Just
that's
from the
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rodney, the bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Looks like Timmy,
Yeah, when he fucking pulls his dick out of his pants, he has to go, line rate, baby!
Yeah, he said, fuck it, I got a tripod for you.
Yeah.
That's crazy, that is. No, I was like, I think it was just like when a girl told me. I was the same. Like, that was the thing. It was like, we would all just see each other's dicks, especially in the locker room. It wasn't gay or whatever. It was gay if you didn't get your dick out. That's the weird part about it. You know what I mean?
Because what do you got to hide? What do you like?
Exactly, yeah.
You're going to get a boner?
And then it was like, we weren't even obsessed. It was more we were obsessed with pubes than we were.
Pubes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
If you were like light on the party to show up with pubes, you were pretty like a fairy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Feminine.
Yeah, definitely.
You didn't have pubes.
And like some of the lads that didn't show their dicks, we were like, "Are you gay?" Then it turned out you were gay.
They were gay.
Like, why didn't you want to get your? This is perfect for you.
Because they were scared because they knew that they would like it.
Okay, there you go, boom, nice.
Because the boys were like, rambunctious, but then the other guy, they had a sensitive feeling inside them because they were like, I want to.
True.
I like your dick.
Yeah.
And it'd be weird if you pulled your dick out soft and then he pulls out his dick soft and then it gets hard because he's staring at your dick.
That's true. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that would be.
You know?
Yeah, like I mean, because you didn't see me in a school uniform. It went like it was in a full suit.
Yeah.
I looked like I went a sexy kid.
Yeah, the other gay guys, like when Superman's dad got swept up by the tornado and then he's about to come out and he goes, no. And then he just lets him happen. And he has to come out as Superman fucking 5 years later. I mean, I was gay the whole time.
That's so funny. I remember we no homo cock slapping people when they were asleep was a big thing.
Oh yeah,
you know, people passed out and stuff. Yeah,
I got there was this is how I asserted dominance in the first year of high school football. Was there was this kid, I was grade 10 freshman.
If this story doesn't start with I cock slapped the guy when he was sleeping, and now that guy has a glass eye, then it's not true.
Yeah, he's got a monocle because of me.
He's got a monocle.
An eye patch?
You slapped him into Monopoly?
No, he was like very like outspoken and cocky and like just like not understanding the hierarchy of like the football field and like the role of a grade 10er, like kind of things. And then he was always talking shit and I'm like, man, you're pretty fucking cocky today. I'm like, you keep talking like that, I'm gonna fucking put one in your face at the end of practice. And he was like, fuck you. And he was like the biggest piece of shit. And then I just after practice, I told the bench to like clear and he was on the other side. And I ran up on the bench and just fucking slapped him in the face.
Like from behind?
Oh yeah, man, this thing was like slapping him like this. I got him like good 5-6 whacks.
Crazy.
And then
it's salmon season.
His name was I can't remember what it was. I think it was like La Chappelle or some shit, and they called him Cock Smack Chappelle. And then fucking, I feel bad like after now.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But then my vice.
But he brought on himself.
But then like all the kids at that point in the football field and everybody were like, "Man, this kid's fucking legit." And and then I kind of like got accepted into the ranks from that. But then the teacher, or he told the principal because he was humiliated. And then the principal was like, "Man, we can charge you for like sexual assault."
Oh shit!
And I was like, "Oh fuck, sorry, man." And then I kind of like understood the lay of the land.
Yeah, of course.
But I think it'd just be funny.
No, it's only funny if you cock slap your friends. If you cock slap someone else, that probably is like a sexual.
Well, it definitely was. Yeah. And fucking, I just had that just that.
I mean, and especially just coming out of nowhere, like he's just popped the Capri Sun.
Yeah,
I played great today, guys. Mum's gonna be proud of me. I wonder what's for dinner. And then
a nice Italian sausage is coming across his plate.
It's like, have you seen the movie Don't Mess with the Zohan?
Yeah,
but he's like kicks him and he doesn't know where it's come from. It's like two kicks. It's like that.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck just happened? And why does my face smell like cheese?
No, we would do that a lot. Like if you passed out at a party, you'd put your balls on their head and shit like that. Yeah.
So my friend Will, you met him, you know, my English mate, civilian. He's a good lad. He was telling a story last night that I always forget about, but he loves it. And I don't know why I want to tell the story, but you'll fucking love it. Said he was dying last night. So there was at house bar, like at university, I would always like to scab beers off him. I was broke as shit. And I mean, we were always, but I was just even worse, I guess. And then we were in America together in Connecticut, like studying. Yeah. And I was like, hammered as fuck. I was like, let me have another beer. He's like, nah, they're all fucking gone. And I'm like, I'll be a pussy, get me one. So he's like, nah, fuck off. So like, he pissed in a full can of beer. Yeah. He put it in the fridge. And then I asked for another beer, like half an hour later, still hammered. And he's like, oh yeah, here you go. And apparently I scolded it. I was like, fuck you, you pussy. Oh shit. And then he's like, you just drank my piss. And I'm like, no, I fucking didn't. Then the next day, I found out.
Timer, hold on.
Oh yeah.
I did that too.
Then the next day, everybody, I still don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if he's like, he convinced everybody to say he did, to put a prank on me or what.
I drank someone's piss too as well. I'll come back here. We're cooking a little bit of chicken and some
a little bit of chicken going on here, all right? It's half podcast, half cooking show.
Half podcast, half cooking show. What are we doing here?
Exactly.
Sorry if we don't do this.
Did you realize that you drank piss?
Yeah. So what happened was I would always like in college. I would always we're back. I would always drink people's juices and shit, and I was always notorious with like, oh man, can I have a fucking sip of that? Can I have a sip of this? Then I guess this kid didn't like it at all. And he premeditated. He pissed in a fucking Dole pineapple juice box.
Just all piss or mixed in with the...
Oh, buddy, I'm pretty sure it was just straight piss, and it had sediment or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But he pissed in like a Dole plastic pineapple container.
Yeah.
And then put it in his fridge.
Yeah.
Let it sit there for like a day or two, and then he came into class knowing that I would like be like, oh man, can I have a sip? But I was really parched. I just crushed a workout.
Why did you have your own drinks?
Oh, I don't know, man. But I was just like, oh man, can I have a sip of you? Like,
you're walking into class, you're like, open bar.
yeah. I was always like that.
Milkshake? No, I had that yesterday.
But I look at like, you know, like people's food sometimes, like a hot chick at a party looking at Coke. And I'm like, oh, what is that? Can I have a little taste of that? Oh, what do you got going on, right? And so then I was like, oh man, can I have a sip of it? He's like, yeah, dude, it's pineapple juice, have some. And then I drank it, and as soon as I took the sip and I looked right back at him, I was like, dude, that's not pineapple juice. And he's like, no, it's my piss.
He was just laughing his ass
off. And then I was like, dude, like, I'm not gonna lie, like that's a fucking sick prank, but I'm like, really, I'm really, really having a hard time like not smashing your fucking skull in right now. And then he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, dude, like
obviously you just made me like I was so angry at Will for like weeks after that, you know what I mean?
But to this day I'm trying to figure out how I can get him back. He was a sports writer for the LA Kings.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Bomfred or something? Maybe?
No, Ryan Calloway, I think his name was.
Okay,
yeah. He was a funny comic, good writer, but fuck man, it took me everything not to just smash it, because I knew I'd get like in big trouble in school.
Well, you knew straight. I was so hammered, I drank the whole fucking thing.
Oh no, I knew it, man. And then I was
like, probably crushed it on my head.
You know what
I mean? Yeah, like
just fucking like stone cold.
Stone cold. Like I'm letting a
pouring it all on your head.
Did you go to a? I love this. This is like fucking because Dan does podcast called what is it?
The Dude Buddy Podcast.
Dude Buddy Podcast. So I wanted to make this lad heavy for you. To be honest, yeah. We wouldn't call it Dude Buddy. We'd call it like lad mate.
Lad's piss.
Lad's piss. Yeah. Fuck you. Yeah. And fuck you, Will.
Yeah, he's a fuck you, Ryan.
Scouts Bear Grylls. I went to an all boys school. What about it? Was public school, but what about you?
It was mixed. Yeah, I went to public school, and then I got in trouble. Like I went to like 4 elementary schools or some shit. And then like 2 high schools, and then 2 junior highs, and then 1 high school.
Okay, bang.
So I was getting in trouble.
That's sick. What? So you'd get suspended and expelled, I guess.
I technically never got expelled. I got strategically removed, so it never was on my record as an expulsion. Yeah. But I got asked to leave 1 school.
What was that for?
The first one I got asked to leave in grade 3.
Why though?
I had a mature like thing. I was asking chicks like if I could eat them out with fucking like Fruit Loops in their pussies.
Wait, like to the teachers or the other people?
You name it. I was fighting to like other girls in like grade 3. I'd be asking them like hypersexual shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then
that's the older brother for sure.
Yeah. And then I got told to leave through there, and then I went to another elementary school, but then the principal was a fucking psycho, so then I went to a different one.
That's how nice Canadians are. You don't get expelled. They're like, I gotta ask for leave.
Yeah, well, it's like,
could you have said no?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was like leave or you get expelled.
You're like, can you please leave? But you slammed the door.
Yeah. And then, but then the other ones in grade, and then I got busted in junior high school for selling weed. I was like divvying up half an ounce in the back of the class, and my vice principal was walking and saw me, and it was like my last straw.
Ah, shit.
And then she's like, "What is this?" And I go, what do you think it is?
It's a oregano. Was angry for the class.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, it sure ain't cooking spice.
That's crazy.
So then I got expelled from that one, and then high school I would just go to school. But then I went to like a arts high school or a college program, like comedy program.
Yeah, bang.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, really? That's a big thing. In Canada, there's a few Canadian comics like Erica Ela back home that lived there and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that
she
done
did
like comedy college.
Yeah, she did the same program that I did.
But she done it in England though.
Oh, did she?
It was like I think Salford University, which is it's not even a university, pretty much like.
Oh, okay.
Like shittest thing. They I think it was like an exchange thing or whatever.
Oh, okay, maybe,
and
yeah.
they did it, yeah.
Yeah, because I got a...
Maybe I think Hannah Lawrence did it as well.
Yeah, I think Hannah did it. Nigel Grinstead did it. A couple of people did it. Mark Anthony did it.
Okay. Mark Anthony, the Latino thing? Oh, no.
No. I don't know if you know.
No.
Because I got a full scholarship for like a BFA, Bachelor in Fine Arts and thing, like an acting one.
Like you had to do like an audition for that and shit?
Yeah, well, they were just like, I did a high school play, and then they were like, we'll give you a scholarship just based on your acting there. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, well, if I can do that, then what other programs can I get into? Yeah. And then at that time...
So your first love was acting, obviously?
Yeah, like theater and
then
improv.
You found comedy doing the course?
Yeah, because I was doing improv, and then my teacher noticed that I wasn't having as much fun with my partners.
Improv is gayer than an all boys school.
Well, improv's great.
To keep on track.
Improv's
great. But that beats all boys school for sure.
Oh yeah. Because we actually had gay people. But I mean, not at all boys school. You probably had.
You're well, yes, and we were like, no, gross.
Yeah, no, gross. Yeah. I was yes, and I got your back, and then you guys were like, "Can I have your back?"
So,
yeah. So I did that, and then, but my first was like improv, and then my teacher saw me that I was having a lot more fun in my monologues, because every Friday at lunch we would get all the kids in the auditorium. Yeah. And then like it'd do improv for them and shit.
And you'd obviously you'd always lean towards to making them laugh.
Yeah, and
as opposed to delivering something.
Yeah, like that thing. And then she took me to go see Richard Lewis, and then I was like, oh fuck.
No way, really? The lecturer?
Yeah.
That's sick.
And then we at the comic strip at Edmonton, and then I was like, oh, I can do this. And then as soon as I turned 18 in high school, I just started doing like Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays doing comedy.
Really?
All my
open mic.
Yeah, all my buddies would go out to like house parties to get fucked up and drunk, and I would just go to like the comedy clubs.
No way, that's sick.
Yeah.
She started when you were 18?
Yeah.
She's been doing it
16 years.
16 years? I thought it was 14, didn't it?
No,
16, that's
I
mad.
did 16 years.
Straight, or did you have breaks in between or whatever?
Well, just the only break would have been the first initial parts of COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but then we started doing like outdoor shows and like basement shows and like secret shows and shit like that, so...
That's dope, that.
Stopped doing improv as soon as I found stand-up, and then just kept doing stand-up.
Did you really?
But then sometimes I do a little bit. Like I went to LA for like 3 months, studied under the Groundlings. I did Second City out in Toronto.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so like I still.
But I mean, you done that to improve your comedy, like your stand-up career.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody kind of bashes improv, but I see like improv is a very. You'd be great.
I mean, look, I'm improv, but I just call it riffing.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean. It's less gay. Yeah.
Where I see like stand-up is you have your gun, you got your ammo, you're taking your shots, you have all that, but then improv is like you fucking gun jams, you run out of ammo, and you have to figure out.
You got to bring out the blade.
Exactly. And it's always like you can take it if an audience member gives you a suggestion. It's like, okay, fucking throw it into the recipe.
Yeah.
And then you're.
So one more time.
The recipe.
Love this. No, you said even better the first time. The
recipe.
Recipe. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can't look at this homemade recipe. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so then you would do like that kind of shit, and then do all that. But I would do like community theater, church plays when I was like young. So I've been on stage since I was like probably like 9 or 10.
What's the craziest? Like when I think of improv, my mind just goes to that scene in Ted where they're like, we need a scenario, and they're like 9/11, Bill Cosby. You know what I mean? Have you seen that? No.
Yeah.
They're like they go to improv to heckle to make them feel better.
Yeah.
And me and my friend Brett Blake, I don't know if you ever met him, he's a mullet guy from Australia. You probably met him with me. He's a good lad. And in Edinburgh, that's what we'd do for fun. So we'd go and like heckle bad improv. Like it was hard to. We found this one place that like didn't know, because normally everybody knows each other kind of a bit. So like these people had no idea we'd go there. It was like, I think it was like midnight every night or something like that. This was about 6 years ago now. And like we'd always sit in the front row and we'd just fuck with them. It was the suggestions, but we'd also do like, you know, when they'd be like, we need someone to time this, Brett would be like, I'll do it on my phone.
Oh, yeah,
and they'd be like, all right, tell us when it's a minute. And then you just never stop the timer. So you'd go like, they'd be like, how long's it been? Oh, fuck, I forgot to start it. And they'd be like, no, we'll get someone else. He'd be like, no, I want to do it. We'll do it adamant, you know what I mean? And it was just like some of the worst suggestions. Yeah, it was so funny. And he couldn't do nothing because he weren't really getting a crowd. It was like me and like 4 other people a day. So they're like, we got to let these guys in.
Yeah,
and then like
become a mutiny at that point. Yeah.
And it was just so funny. We used to do that. Me and Sam Kishjukin used to go see like if there's a hypnotist on at noon, you better believe we're there.
Oh yeah.
We went to this hypnotist 3 days in a row at noon.
Well, there's always like
same volunteer every time.
Yeah.
Let's go. And then whatever he'd tell us to hypnotise us, we'd just do the complete opposite. He'd be like, you're a cow, and I'd be like a chicken or whatever and stuff. It's so funny. I think he'd probably kill himself, whatever. But,
yeah.
Well, he should have seen that coming.
He should have hypnotized himself not to.
Yeah.
You want to live longer.
Exactly. Yeah, he should have hypnotised himself to be funny or whatever. But
Yeah.
But what's the worst? Not like worst. I guess worst or funniest. Has anyone ever like heckled you in improv with like a crazy suggestion?
Not really like improv, because like in the improv community or whatever, it's like
but you can't choose who's in the crowd, can you?
No, I know, but then it's like somebody will say something stupid, and you're like, okay, go. But usually usually like an improv like community is they're very like they're part of it too. You know what I mean? Because as much as like we could only make the scene as good as the suggestion.
Exactly.
Sense, you know, right?
Can I give you the scene right now?
Sure.
So obviously it's got to be LeBron. You can be meeting LeBron.
Yeah.
Meeting LeBron, but it's at, where is it? It's meeting LeBron on Epstein's Island. So we're both like, what are you both doing here? Does this work for improv or not? What do you need? You need a place.
You're the one that they're all going to run train on?
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Damn it.
This end scene. And you're,
what the fuck is that, LeBron? That fucking alright, sticking in the ass.
or whatever.
Come on, fuck me, it's LeBron. I need 25 on Siakam.
I need 25 on Siakam. That's crazy, because you'd have to go with it, because obviously I'm an adult, so I wouldn't be on Epstein Island.
No, you wouldn't.
Improv, you go with
it. Yeah, you have to.
Exactly.
Have you ever like tried to follow LeBron James to like one of his practices or games or something, and then just laid in front where they all drive out of?
Nah.
You should.
Just lie across the...
Yeah, like the road, or like every time you see a car, just pretend to faint, and then get up and go, oh, sorry, I haven't had a lot of sugar today. And then walk away, and then wait for another one, and then come back. And like...
That's crazy. I mean, it almost happened for real at the G League game when I saw Bronny, because I was playing basketball all day, like not drinking, like I got sunstroke or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I got there and I'm just on the beers straight away, and then I was like feeling lightheaded because I was just going nuts and that. Like they were playing the national anthem and we're all stood up, and I was like, I need to sit down, but I can't sit down now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sat next to Rob Pelinka and D'Lo, and I was like feeling that. I sat down, I just had some water, I was sound like, but
you have
so
electrolytes.
Funny. Yeah. No, that was like, I was just so excited, but I was like, this is the worst time to sit down. You can sit down like, if it's a buzzer beater, you don't have to celebrate, you get cool with it, but I gotta stand for the national anthem.
You have to.
So I'm there, like holding the chair, like shaking as soon as it's over, I'm like straight down.
Yeah. You gotta.
Crazy.
They get upset if you don't stand for the anthem here.
I know, and like the other day, they were like, you gotta face. I was like the only one facing the.
Face the
at
flag.
the Oxford FC.
Yeah.
I'm facing the pitch. Everybody's turning around, and it wasn't even a real flag. It was a flag on a TV. Does that count?
Still waving.
I mean, I guess so.
There's a couple actually on the pole.
Not if you pause it.
Yeah. Flag just stops. Yeah. Drops.
All right, LeBron in a Starbucks on 9/11.
Hey, can I get a venti? Son of a bitch, we're going to war.
Cancel the venti.
Yeah, cancel the venti. I got some 3 shots I gotta do.
That's the look away. Oh shit. No, but you should have. I love that you didn't look up because he's so tall. You just look sideways, like it's the same size.
It's like he's climbing it and he catches it like this, or he slots it down.
That's so funny. That. Have you ever met, like, obviously, do you have a sports hero?
Sports hero?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to meet Pirlo.
Pirlo,
yeah.
The football player?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great one, that. Yeah. What's the connection with that?
Well, because I'm Italian, like, by heritage, and I always just love him, and I think he's, like, the cool, calm, and calculated, like, collective guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, him, and I've always wanted to meet him. Well, I won't be able to speak, like, English. Or Gattuso.
Gattuso?
Yeah. He was the center defender midfielder for Italy and AC Milan.
No, but AC Milan.
And he was a fucking psychopath.
He played with Pirlo as well, or not?
Yeah.
There
was my brother was he gave me a little bit of, I can't remember if it was Pirlo's book.
That was a hell of a team. That with fucking Kaká, they had Shevchenko, and fucking we beat them in 2005.
And then they also had like Maldini. It was before he was kind of retiring and shit. And Nesta.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Crespo as well.
Oh yeah,
that was a good fucking squad. And Liverpool beat them, baby. We were down 3-0 at half time. We came back. One of the best days of my life.
What can you do though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Only time I saw my granddad like kind of a tear.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Maybe sports heroes would probably be like, yeah, I guess like, who would you like? I don't know.
Pirlo's a great one. What are you on about?
I don't really look at like sports players where they're like crazy shit like that. Like, but those guys would be pretty sweet. Or like if you met like Totti would be pretty gnarly. Or like obviously like McDavid meeting Sidney Crosby would be pretty wicked too.
You lost me after Totti.
Oh, they're just hockey players. Okay. Yeah, like I met McDavid before. That was pretty sweet.
But how did that happen then?
Oh, because they like to come to comedy shows.
Oh really?
Yeah, so they snuck into the comedy show at the back, and then I like timed it where I'm like, okay, when they leave, I'm gonna leave. So then I was like walking out, and they were like, "Oh man, that was funny."
Oh,
and I was like, "Thanks." Yeah, it was during their first playoff run, I think.
You there, like wait to come off
yeah.
No, too early.
Yeah, too early. Like hiding, just lurking in the shadows.
You run off, and then you like just do a lap. You come back.
Yeah. No, because I finished my set because it was like a battle, right? They would do it was like a comedy battle, so it was like you had a couple minutes to write a topic and then go up, and whoever won. And then I kind of was like, fuck it. I know these guys are going to bounce early. So I sabotaged the last round to get in.
That's great.
Just to sneak out and see them.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And then, so did you get a photo or shake the hands?
I just shook their hands and stuff. Nice. But it was like during like the peak of their playoffs. And it was like when McDavid was getting harassed by everybody, right? Because it's like Gretzky coming through, right? Especially in Edmonton. So I didn't want to be all that, and I was like trying to be cool, being like, "Yeah, I know you guys got a big couple games here, you know."
Yeah, that's sick. Actually,
things like that. But I was actually rooting for them not to hit the playoffs because I had a big show coming out, and I had to sell like fucking almost like 300 tickets.
And that was the same night as one of the
playoff games would have been. And I looked at it, I'm like, "Fuck!" And then they ended up losing. I had 50 tickets sold, and then as soon as the playoff game lost, fucking boom, 300 tickets.
Yeah,
I was just like,
and is it your team though?
Yeah, Edmonton.
I don't know if I can do that to Liverpool. I don't know.
Oh, whatever, man.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, because I wouldn't do it to Liverpool because even if they got knocked out, I still wouldn't have sold that extra 250 tickets.
But it's also like it's like a weird like love-hate relationship when it comes to comedy and like hockey season, because we'd have to like during like home games and hockey time, we would do our show, and then when the fucking game was on, we'd have to stop our show and then put the fucking hockey game on. And
like in bar shows and that?
Yeah, and then we'd go, okay, period's over, put the thing up and try to bang out like 3 or 4 comics and then put it down.
No way, at half time,
man. Oh yeah, dude, in between periods, because people would get pissed, man. They'd be like, what the fuck is this? Like, put the Oilers game on, and we'd be like, yeah, I mean, like, you want to see like
that's wild,
shitty comic?
I mean, the same as that's kind of the same as back home, but because we play on weekends and it's during the day, like we don't really like nighttime games. If it's like a Champions League final or a big game, then shows in Liverpool might be a bit late. But like, I think there's still enough to go, like, because not everybody loves football. Like, there's 2 teams, there's Liverpool and Everton. You know what I mean? So Everton is shit. So like, the Everton fans would still go out, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, but in Edmonton, it's like that's all they have is the Oilers.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like fucking, and then the games are at 7 p.m. Right? So.
What about any other athletes? Because the comedy show's good, but I don't see LeBron coming to. I mean, LeBron might, because he owns some of Liverpool. So if he came, he'd probably go to Hot Water Comedy Club, which is our biggest club. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not?
It's like
a little off thing, and he comes.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Knowing
me, I'd be here or something, being like, God damn it! I'll be in LA and he's in Liverpool. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Wasn't it like when you went out to go watch the guy play in San Antonio and he wasn't playing?
Exactly like that. Yeah. I literally went to see Wembanyama, the French fucking frog.
Yeah.
Was bought great seats just to see what it's all about. He's 7'4", he was a rookie, you know what I mean? He's going to be the face of the league. I'm on the way. I get on the bus at 2 p.m. Check my phone. First message from my friend. It's a fucking article. Wemby's not playing. I'm like, and then the bus driver closes the door, and I'm like, well, great. The 2.5-hour bus. I was going to get the bus home straight after it. I was so annoyed. I booked a hotel room and just
whatever. You might as well have a good time.
They got hammered. Got absolutely hammered.
Have a little
heckling the whole time. I was like, you look fucking healthy to me, you fucking dickhead. I was like, fucking bonjour, you piece of shit. And then obviously I stole a jersey from the stadium, didn't I?
Did you?
That Spurs jersey.
Oh, you stole it?
So I try it on in there. It's got no tags on it. I try it on. I'm walking around. I'm like, then I just put my jacket on over it, and then I just walk out. I'm like, let's fucking go. Yeah, that's what they get.
I gotta throw this thing in here. Hold on, sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, but like I don't know, man. Sports players are like whatever to me. But if I had like one guy where I need to meet, is like I would be Jim Carrey. That would be like my kind of thing. Where
That would be That's we're talking goats here. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's the one where I'm like, okay. And there was a couple people where I was absolutely devastated too. Like the one guy I wanted to meet my entire life before he died was Steve Irwin.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The crocodile was there?
Yeah, I got to stay home during his funeral. My mom let me take the day off. Cried all day.
No way.
Yeah, it was really sad. Yeah, I watched his funeral.
That was your like 9/11 then, I guess. Your personal.
Yeah, my personal 9/11 was when Steve Irwin died.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, crocodile hunter, cock hunter. You gotta save it. Yeah.
Cockodile hunter.
Really? You cried when Steve Irwin died?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because
like
when I was growing up, I always wanted to be like a zoologist or like somebody like
zoo wrangler or whatever.
No, like a person that would do like just study like animal anatomy and shit like that. Because I was like big into biology and animals and history and stuff like that.
And then I guess he is the goat in terms of that stuff.
Guy's awesome, man.
I mean, David Attenborough's up there as well, obviously.
Yeah, but David Attenborough,
but he's not getting physical with the stuff.
Yeah, he's not boots on the ground type shit, jumping in swamps.
I mean, boots on the ground, but some of the shortest shorts. You're like, why put pants on the snakes?
No, because the pants would probably cause like little like shifts. You know, you gotta have fucking skin on skin contact when you're grabbing.
That's so funny. I love it. Yeah, and a bitch ass stingray got him.
Yeah, inside job
from the stingray.
Inside job.
Like the stingrays, like they planned it.
Yeah,
all of them together.
Yeah,
as a community.
Yeah.
Well, they don't call them a community of stingrays. What do they call them?
They call them a fucking pool.
They call them a communist stingray.
Yeah. They call
inside. So you reckon the crocodiles paid off the stingrays?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
They said they're not going to be looking. Watch out, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We got them in the fucking heart and shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's kind of like crazy though.
Maybe I thought it was a crocodile with like a blow dart.
Yeah.
On the water.
A barb.
God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when the Black Serbs or whatever got Franz Ferdinand, and then it was
yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Your mum let you to watch the funeral on TV, or the day she died? The day he died?
No, to watch the funeral on TV because it was like National Geographic and Discovery Channel had a live procession of it. Yeah, and he drove into the Crocodile and fucking had his whole like funeral there.
Yeah.
At the zoo.
Because isn't this kid named? Is the same name as Biddy? Isn't it Biddy Irwin? Oh no, it's Bindi Irwin.
Bindi Irwin, and then his dog was Bindi Sue or something.
Okay, yeah.
And then I think his son's name.
Because his son does it now, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, so did you ever have plans to meet him as a kid? Was that like, did you ever actually
I always want to know.
Were you like, I'm going to go to Australia one day, I want to go to this park, I want to meet him?
Yeah, I did do that. And then when I went to Australia for the first time, I ended up taking a trip down to Brisbane and then fucking going up to see.
That's the bucket list stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the bucket list stuff. And then I got to walk around.
Paid homage.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. Got a little emotional.
Fucking keb stomped a stingray or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly. Fucking jump in there and start cutting its fucking.
Like Happy Gilmore. I got his head.
Cut its stinger off like a Predator's trophy and just fucking mark my face with it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So how would I meet LeBron, you reckon?
Well, either doing the feint in front of the car.
Oh, that's a great one, actually.
Yeah. Or I think we could fucking shave your head. We'll just keep you in a room for about like a month and a half, malnutrition you, as well as take away the natural sunlight from you. Say that you have some kind of fucking bone marrow disease or whatever.
Oh, okay. Like Gollum me, you mean? Like
we'll Gollum
Smeagol me,
yeah. We'll Smeagol you into the fucking Lakers Center.
We'll Smeagol you in.
Yeah. That, or you should just write a lengthy letter to him. Yeah. And just be like, LeBron, bro, I gotta meet you, man.
Yeah. Oh no, I've sent letters to the Lakers and all that stuff. Yeah.
Probably
why are you laughing at me? What? Yeah, and they think I'm a child. Yes, whatever.
Well, no, it's just like they probably looks at you like Stan from
for sure. Oh,
you're LeBron. I came to your game last night. You didn't even wave and say hello.
Exactly, and then it's like. And then the Lakers send it back. Stop sending purple and gold glitter bombs. It's going everywhere.
You're putting
LeBron does not want a vial of your blood.
Yeah, you put like the fucking chalk that he blows up into the letter, and they think it's anthrax. You're like,
some poor guy in the mailroom. Fucking legacy again.
Yeah. You have to start cutting paper clippings out of letters so they know your handwriting.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you do that? Or
that's the main reason I'm moving to America, so I can have another mailing address.
Yeah.
Keep sending it back to Liverpool.
That's why you asked mine. You're fucking gonna get door kicked in.
That's so funny.
No, I don't know. You could do that, or just fucking one day we'll just be big comics at the mothership, and then fucking.
I mean, that's the dream, and that he comes as a fan of me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Or get his son, and then
exactly,
and then his son could be like, "Dad, you got to come."
Do you reckon that's a good idea to start messaging his son?
Message his son, right? You know, that's what they would do if you know, you got to get to the king, you go to the prince, and then the fuck.
I mean, there's something about messing a 19-year-old seems a bit groomy, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, if you did it a couple of years ago,
but right now it's good.
Right now,
I mean, I did do it a couple of years ago. That's the
yeah, do it a couple years ago.
It's probably the 5-year anniversary of the day.
I know you're just a sophomore, but you think you could show me your dad's clips? What's your dad's P.O. box?
Yeah. That's a good, start messaging with Bronny a bit, tagging more and stuff and all that. Yeah, exactly. Because some actual videos about Bronny than LeBron, yeah.
And he's more so like tuned into social media, probably.
Exactly. He probably runs his own stuff, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's great. Danny Martinello, you fucking legend.
Kyle Legacy, you're a legend as well.
I was supposed to say your name, so in case you didn't know whose podcast this is.
Yeah.
216 episodes in.
Let's go.
Tell him your Instagram.
Danny Martinello. You can find me DannyMartinello.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's good shit, baby. Nice
one. Thank you. Or you can find me in a appliance store near you.
Actually, watch some of his appliance videos. They're fucking stupid.
They're popping up.
They're hilarious. Oh.